everyone, welcome to Hi Kitchen. Today I would like to share with you the recipe for Pesaha Appam, which is also called as Indri Appam. Pesaha Appam is the unleavened Passover bread made by the Catholic Christians of Kerala, and it is usually served on the Passover night of Maundy Thursday. So now let's look into the ingredients. By the way, my dear viewers, I have a very happy news to share with you. I have started a new channel called as Hi Kitchen Desserts and Bakes, which is going to be exclusively in Malayalam language. So if in case you are a Malayali or if you can understand and speak Malayalam, don't forget to click the link. I have put the link to that channel as well in the description box below. Just click on to that link and go ahead and subscribe the channel as well, because you can see a lot of recipes, variety of desserts, puddings, cakes, pies, some bread items, some buns, and some Nad and Kerala palaharams, and all these things you can view in that channel as well, and it will be exclusively in Malayalam. So, and also don't worry, I will be posting the same recipes in this channel as well. So if in case you cannot understand Malayalam, don't worry, I will be posting here. You can view the recipes here as well. But again, if you are a Malayali, don't forget to subscribe to my new channel, okay? For preparing the Pesaha Appam, you will require 1 cup of fried rice powder. Here I am using Nirabara brand. You may use any brand like Double Horse and so on. You will also require 1/4 cup of urad dal, 7 small onions or shallots. I am using 3 garlic pieces because the garlic that is available here is quite big, so 3 is more than enough. If they are very small, you may go ahead and add up to 5 of them. 1 cup of grated coconut, 1/4 teaspoon of jeera, and some salt to taste. You will also require 1 cup of warm water in order to add it with coconut when we are going to grind it. You will also require 1/2 cup of warm water to add it with the urad dal when we are going to grind it as well. Also, you will require up to 3/4 to 1 cup of boiling water to add it in order to prepare this batter. Now for preparing the paal that goes with this appam, you will need 1/4 cup of fried rice powder. Again, I am using the same Nirabara appam powder. Then you will need 2 cup of thin coconut milk, 1 cup of thick coconut milk, 3/4 cup of melted jaggery. Now the amount of jaggery can be increased or decreased depending on the amount of sweetness you require. You will also require 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder. Now let's see how we can prepare this. So into a blender, let's add in 1 cup of grated coconut. So here I will be using a measuring cup like this. So in this measuring cup only, I have taken 1 cup of grated coconut, and to it you may add in about 1/4 teaspoon of jeera, 7 small onions or shallots, 3 to 5 garlic pieces, and along with it you may also add in 1 cup of warm water. And let's blend this nicely. Make sure that it is not too pasty because it should become quite coarse only, but at the same time it should be smooth enough. Okay, once it is blended really well, let's pour this mix inside a mixing bowl. And then now let's add in the urad dal. So the urad dal has been soaking for about 2 hours. Now it is very important that the urad dal need to be soaked for 2 hours at least, because if you're going to soak it just a half an hour or 20 minutes, then the appam will not become soft enough. So after soaking it for 2 hours, along with the 1/4 cup of urad dal, let's add in 1/2 cup of warm water and let's blend it nicely. This time you need to blend it really nicely, as in it should be nice and creamy. And after it is blended, let's pour that also inside the mixing bowl. And now into the mixing bowl, let's add in into the same measuring cup that I've taken earlier. Let's add in 1 cup of fried rice powder. So I'm using the Nirabara appam pudi, and along with it you may also add in enough amount of salt. And let's mix it nicely with a spoon. And at this point of time, it will be like a very soft doughy kind of feeling. And once it has been well incorporated, let's add in about 3/4 to 1 cup of boiling water. It is very important that you add in boiling water, otherwise the appam will not become that soft. So when you're adding water, first you add around 3/4. Sometimes you might not require 3/4, but mostly 3/4 is good. So add slowly, and maximum is 1 cup, but I guess even 1 cup is not required. But make sure that you pour in slowly, and make sure that the batter becomes, or it resembles that of a dosha or idli batter. It should be like that. It shouldn't be too thin or too thick. It should be perfectly like a dosha or an idli batter. So once that is done, let's keep this aside for around 1 hour. Now this appam, in Malayalam we say pulipillatha appam, or it is not a fermented appam. So we shouldn't keep this aside for a longer time. That means we shouldn't allow it to ferment, otherwise the taste will change. So maximum 1 hour, let's keep this aside so that it will become little soft, at least a little soft. Some people make it as soon as you prepare this, but then it becomes too hard, I feel. So if it is a little soft, it will taste a little more better, right? So keep this aside for at least 1 hour, and then let's pour this inside a tin or inside a plate. So inside a plate or a tin. So here I'm using a loose bottom pan for it, but you don't need to use something like this. You can use any kind of plate. And into that plate you can pour in the batter, but before pouring, ensure that you have well greased with coconut oil. You should be a little generous here, otherwise when you're trying to remove the cooked appam, it will get stuck to the bottom or it will crack. So it shouldn't happen, right? So make sure that you have greased it nicely with coconut oil, and then let's pour in the batter. Again, when we are pouring the batter, make sure that you do not pour too much. It shouldn't be too thin or too thick. It should be like a medium thickness. Otherwise, if it is too thick also, it will take longer time to cook, and also it will not become that soft again, and it will break also. So make sure that it is of medium thickness. So once you've poured into this tin or into the plate, let's keep this closed with an aluminium foil, and we need to cook this inside an idli or appam vessel, like how we usually make idli, how we usually prepare idli. In that kind of steamer, let's prepare it. So you need to pour enough amount of water below and then keep it inside a steamer and cook it. So it will take not more than 25 to 30 minutes. Always keep an eye on it. Usually when we are preparing this, we usually keep a cross with the kurtola, or that with the palm leaf that we get from church. But today I'm not using that because I am preparing this a little bit ahead of time, so that it will be helpful for you all to at least view it before, and you can prepare it this way. And also I don't want to use this the palm leaf for this, just for making this video, because it is something holy and I wish to use it for the perfect day, for that correct day as well. So if in case you're using of course you will be using the palm leaf, at that point you just keep a palm leaf on top of this batter before you're keeping it for cooking. Okay, and then once it is done, let's remove it from the flame, and it should be cooled down completely, otherwise it will get stuck to the bottom or it will break. So with using a sharp knife or a spoon, let's remove from the side, gently remove from the side, and we can usually, you don't need to put it upside down because we have a cross on top, so you don't usually put the cross upside down. Instead we can gently lift the appam up. Okay, now when you're doing that, when you're going to gently lift it up, if in case you feel that it is going to break or if it is stuck or anything, don't worry, you don't need to do that. You can always use a sharp knife and cut it from the plate itself, like in small wedges or in triangle shape, and you can always take it up. Okay, but in my case, since I'm using a loose bottom pan, I remove from the side nicely with a spoon, and then I just gently lift it up and it came out like this. So if in case the preparation, the way you mixed it, the way you added the ingredients is perfect, it will not break or it will not get stuck to the bottom, provided you add an enough amount of coconut oil to the plate or the tray that you are cooking. Okay, so now let's prepare the paal. Now for preparing the paal, you will require, now into a vessel, you are going to add 1/4 cup of fried rice powder. Again, I am using this Nirabara rice powder. Also along with it, I will be adding 2 cups of thin coconut milk and 3/4 cup of melted jaggery, and let's mix it with a spoon until all the rice powder, everything has been well combined. Now with the flame at medium high, let's what we need to do now is let's keep on stirring it until this become quite thick. Now since we've added the fried rice powder, definitely the mixture is going to become little thick. So when it becomes nice and thick, like when it is boiling like this, let's add in 1 cup of thick coconut milk, and along with it let's add in 1/4 teaspoon cardamom powder. So when we're doing this, and then just keep on stirring it for few minutes only. It shouldn't be boiling now. You shouldn't allow it to boil once you add the thick coconut milk. Okay, and then you may off the flame. Okay, and then you may off the flame, and that's it. So the consistency should be of, it should be semi thick, it shouldn't be too loose also. So if you feel that the pal is a little thick, you can add a little more coconut milk if you would like, but again make sure that it shouldn't be too watery as well. That's it, the Pesaha Appam and pal is ready. Is ready to be served. So please do try this recipe at home and do let me know how it came out for you. Also, if you have any doubts, don't forget to put in the comment box below so that I can reply to you as soon as possible. And also, please don't forget to like and share this video, and also again don't forget to subscribe to my other channel if you, in case you are a Malayali and if you would like to see this video in Malayalam, don't forget to subscribe as well into that channel. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.